So, we're going to talk about this formula today. If you flip back a couple of pages, we've actually seen this just a little bit already. Let me find where it's at. If you look back on 828, 3.3b, we've seen this formula before, except there was a K. Right now we're talking about M for slope, but it's the same thing. Okay, y equals mx plus b. This formula is going to be the main focus of what we talk about for the rest of the term, is this formula. So we're starting out today understanding what it is, what each part is, how it all works. We're going to build on it, build on it, build on it. So if you're not locked in right now, everything after this is going to be that much harder, okay? How many letters do you see in this equation? How many different variables? We got 4 of them. How many numbers do you see? None of them. I don't see any numbers. I just see 4 letters, okay? The first letter that we're going to talk about that's the most important is this M right here. Okay, go ahead and highlight the M in yellow. Yellow for the M. What do you see right next to that M? Kind of like they're glued together. What's next to that M?
X.
The X. My M is always going to be glued to the letter X, okay? Do you guys remember what M stands for or what it represents? Slope. Thank you. Whatever number is in front of the X is my slope. Got that? All right? This equation, again, is called slope-intercept form. So we've got half of it down. We've got the slope. You guys remember what we talked about what an intercept is? What does it mean for an intercept? Yeah, Lola goes like this. It's where they cross, right? So that's what my B value is. Okay, my B value, again, I don't know why it's the letter B, but it stands for the y-intercept. So when I have an equation written in this form, slope-intercept form, I'm going to have a number that represents the slope, and I'm going to have a number that represents the y-intercept. Slope-intercept. You guys following with me so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now this is just the equation of a line. Any straight line, whether it's straight up and down, flat, diagonal going uphill, diagonal going downhill, every single line is going to be written in this form right here. Okay? Now, it can be a little bit confusing because it's just a bunch of letters. There's no numbers. But, again, you know how I am with phrases. There's a phrase that we can use to remember what this formula is. And that phrase is, yo, mama's ex-boyfriend. All right? Everybody repeat after me. Yo.
Yo.
Ooh, that was not everybody. Everybody say yo.
Yo.
Mama's ex-boyfriend. Now, I don't want to get into any of y'all's mama's business. Okay, I don't need to know who their ex-boyfriends are. But this phrase is going to help us remember the order in which these letters go. Y is yo. M for mamas. X for ex, obviously. And B for boyfriend. All right? I did not come up with this. This is how I learned it when I was in 7th grade.
Wait, really? That's what they said?
Yeah, so I had like a 60-year-old math teacher. He was like, really quiet, kind of like, typical like math teacher guy. And when he taught us this, like everybody was so shocked because it was like weird to see like an old dude saying like, yo mama's ex-boyfriend. But we all remembered it. I mean, that was over 10 years ago and I still remember it and I use it to this day and it helps a lot of students. So just remember about yo mama's ex-boyfriend. Okay, that's the formula that we're going to use. Again, this formula is going to be the basis of our work for the rest of the term. Okay? Yo mama's ex-boyfriend. Again, the M, like we said, represents the slope. We know that the slope is the rise over the run. We've done that a lot. Hakeem's writing this down. That's good. The rise over the run. We've talked about this a lot. And like I said, I know exactly what number my m is because it's whatever number is directly in front of the x. If there's a 2x, my m is 2. There's a negative 1/2 x, my m is negative 1/2. Today's all about pattern recognition. We're not even really going to be doing any math. We're just going to be looking at equations, figuring out which number is which. Okay? So we're comfortable with m. We've been talking about m for a while. B is kind of a new concept. B, like I said, is the y-intercept. And off to the side here, I want you to write the word begin. That's what I like to say the B stands for. And we'll talk about that later on in the week, why it stands for begin. We talked about interceptions, like football. If I'm the quarterback, I'm throwing Amari the ball. Jada jumps up right in the middle and grabs it. She intercepts it, right? She gets right in the middle of the direct line that ball is on. So my y-intercept is the point where the line that I have crosses the y-axis. Okay? It's where we intercept or cross the y-axis. That's why it's called the y-intercept. If I look up at this little line I drew during the warm-up, right? Here's my line right here, my flat line. Where's my y-axis? Going up and down or going left and right?
Left and right.
Y-axis?
No, up and down, up and down.
Y-axis is going up and down. So this line crosses this axis at this point. How many notches up is that point? 1, 2. So for this line, my b would be 2. Okay? The b value is just a point. That's all it is. Now my slope is a fraction. We've talked about that. But b is just one singular point. Okay? Now this point's always going to be by itself. We're going to see it being added or subtracted on the end of my equation. Now sometimes they'll try and flip it around and switch us up. We're not going to fall for it though. We're too smart for that. And it always has an x-coordinate of 0. For example, this point right here, 0, 3. Always what my b value is going to look like, 0, something. So the m and the b are going to look like numbers. The x and the y are just going to stay as x and y. Okay, they're going to remain variables in the equation. Later on in the week, we'll talk about how we use those variables. But today, we're not going to get into it. We're going to go one step at a time. All right? When you get the second page, go ahead and glue it in. We're going to talk about how to identify what's my m and what's my b. You may feel charged up and ready to get started on this on your own. Let's just wait and do it together. I promise it'll go quicker than you think.
She's using the white glue. She's using the white glue.
White? I can't even see white. Neither can you see the purple. I can, but I sat there and watched them put the little circle over there. Oh, I sat there and watched them put the circle over there, but you can't see those fingers. Neither can you either.
Can you see my purple? Can you see the purple? You just flipped it upside down.
Why don't we start aggressive to each other?
You just mad his phone got lost.
Okay, guys, just get it glued in, please.
Oh God. No. Girl, there's only 3
There's no
stores.
store in 5 days.
There's only 3 days. Exactly. This is 3 food stores every day. Do we have 3 days left of the month?
No, it's only 3.
Thank you for getting that.
I can see the white stuff.
What's the street?
All right, looks like most of us got it glued in.
Not a little now.
Good enough for me. So we got a bunch of equations here. We got 6 of them, and they all look a little bit different. So I need y'all to lock in and pay attention, especially this front group right here. Okay, I know you guys can do it. Here's what we're gonna do, real easy. We're gonna take our yellow highlighter. We're gonna highlight the M. We're gonna take our pink highlighter. We're gonna highlight the B. Okay. Now my M and my B are not always gonna be readily available and visible to me. We'll get to those in a second. At the very top here, I want you to write y equals mx plus b, so we don't forget. Again, that's Yo Mama's ex-boyfriend if you forgot. We're going to throw that right on the top so we don't forget. This is the form we're looking for. The m is directly in front of the letter x. Where's my m going to be? Directly in front of the x. Where's my m going to be in these equations?
Directly in front of the
Directly in front of the x. Okay? Let's look at number 1. I've got y equals 3x plus 2. Do you guys see the letter x in there? Okay, I'm going to say that again. Do you guys see the letter x in there?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to underline it.
Yeah.
Underline the letter x. How many numbers do you see in this equation altogether? I see 2 of them. I see a 3 and a 2. I got a 50-50 shot on which one is which. Which number is glued to that X I just underlined?
3.
The 3. What color am I going to highlight that 3? Yellow. And what variable does that 3 represent? M. Everybody with me so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you see a number that's all by itself?
Yeah, 2.
Yes. What number is that? 2. What variable does that 2 represent?
B.
That's my B.
3, 2.
And we're done with number 1. Okay? It's as easy as that until it's not.
The perfection looks easy.
All right?
The perfection on M.
We'll progressively get more difficult. We'll see if we can figure some stuff out. Everyone good on number 1 though? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense, what we're doing. Again, this ain't math. We're just looking for numbers, putting them in the right spot. Number 2, do you guys see an X in there?
Yes.
Yeah, underline it for me. Underline that X so I know it's there. Now, do you see a number glued to that X right in
Yes.
front?
Yes.
Yes, I do. What number is that?
1/2.
Ooh, just 1/2?
Negative 1/2.
Negative 1/2. I'm going to highlight that in yellow. Is that my M or my B? That's my M. All right, I'm going to try not to go too fast here, because I know switching back and forth with the highlighters, looking up and down takes some time. You guys, what's that? Okay, good. I'm glad you noticed that. Do you guys see another number in this equation that's...
Oh, 6.
That's
Negative
right.
6. Negative 6.
We see a 6, but in front of that 6 is a minus sign, which means that my B value is not just 6, but negative 6. That's the first thing we need to be careful of. Number 1 is super easy, self-explanatory. Number 2, we got to look out for these minus signs. Okay? My slope can be negative, and my B value can be negative. They could also be positive, but they could also be negative. Everyone good on number 2? Moving right along, number 3. Do you guys see an X in there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, go ahead and underline it for me.
But by yourself.
Now, what number do you see glued in front of that X?
Nothing.
Nothing. What number do I know is actually there? 1. That's right. Go ahead and put a 1 in front of that X. Highlight it in yellow. Which variable is that 1 representing, m or b? That's my m. Can't fool you guys, you're too smart. Do you see another number in that equation being added or subtracted on the end? What number is that? 2. What variable does that 2 represent? That's my b. So if I see an x all by itself, we already know that there's a 1 in front that we cannot forget about. All right? That invisible 1 is my slope. All right, number 4. Underline your x. Do you guys see a number that's glued to the front of that x? Yep. What number is that? 3. I'm going to highlight in yellow. Is that my m or my b? That's my m. Now, do you see a second number being added or subtracted anywhere in there? No. I don't see one. So what might my b value be equal to? 0. If it was 1, there'd be a 1. 3x is the same as 3x plus 0. If I'm adding nothing, that's the same thing. So if you don't see that... What's that? Someone said Mr. Church? Oh, okay. If there is no b value, that means b is equal to 0. And this is what we spent the first week and a half talking about. Proportional equations. So think about it. The y-intercept is where I cross the y-axis. If this is my y-axis, where is 0 on the y-axis? In the middle. What do we call that middle point?
Origin.
The origin. So if I have an equation like number 4, I'm crossing the y-axis at the origin. Everybody cool on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, these are the two where it's going to get a little bit trickier. Let's look at number 5. Do you guys see an x? Yeah, let's underline it. What number is glued right to the front of that x? Negative 8. That's my m. Do you guys see another number besides that negative 8 anywhere?
5.
Yeah, I see a positive 5. So what variable does that 5 represent?
B.
That's my b. Thank you, Z. What's different about the equation of number 5? It's flip-flopped. This is not written as y equals mx plus b. This is written as y equals b plus mx. It's like yo boyfriend's mama's x, right? But it doesn't matter. The order can be flipped as much as we want. The m is the number in front of x. That's what I want to get through here. M is not always just the first number you see. It's the number glued to that x, all right? Even if they're flipped around, don't be confused. That's the big kind of get you question that you're going to see on the Alex and on the test. And the last one, this one is definitely the hardest for us to understand. You guys see an x in this equation?
No.
No. There is no x visible. So if there was an x, I would look for the number that's glued to the front of it, right? If there's no x at all, that tells me right away that my slope is, anyone want to take a guess? Undefined's a good guess. You're very close.
0.
My slope is going to be 0. And I'll show you why in a second. If I don't see the letter x at all, my slope is 0. Now, again, do you see another number there that's just chilling in the equation? You don't see any numbers there.
4.
Oh, I see a 4. I see that too. So I'm going to highlight it in pink. And that tells me my b value is 4. Okay? So there's no x visible. There's no m either. It's like I have the equation y is equal to 0x plus 4. Okay, what is 0 times x? Well, what's 0 times anything?
0.
0. So if I get rid of that, because it's just 0, look what I'm left with. Y equals 4. In the same way that I don't need that invisible 1 in front of my x, if I have a slope of 0, I don't need to put a 0x at all, because that's just going to cancel out. So this would be a horizontal line. Horizontal line, flat line, or straight up and down line? Horizontal. Flat. That's right, Melissa, Amari, you got it. Flat line. Anytime I have a flat line, we've got a slope of what again? You guys with me still or no? I lost you? I got a slope of 0. Okay. Maybe I'm making this too complicated. I don't know, but we will see. All right. Those are the tricky ones that are going to get you. Okay, so if you're getting stuck on the Alex, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Look back to numbers 4, 5, 6. That's probably where your mistake is going to be. All right? Go ahead and get signed on. Alex should be ready to go. 808